Hey guys, so, oh no, I'm supposed to hey team.
Hey team.
Hey team. So today we're going to go over the forearm stand, which is obviously the in-between of a headstand and a handstand. So it's going to be forearms on the ground only, and I'm going to be showing you how to break it down and show you how to progress towards it. I will caveat it, I'm not the best at freestanding. I've got maybe like a second or two in me on a good day, but I can show you how you can start progressing it up the wall and how you can start building that strength towards it. Little teaser for what's coming up, we are going to be doing some strength work set classes for improving your handstands, your headstands and your forearm stands. So be ready for that series coming your way very soon. But we did this in some of the handstand skill days, so if you were in some of the skill classes with me for the last few Thursdays, I'm going to show you a bit of a warm-up drill and just something that you can show you how to start building some of that basic strength to working towards going up the wall. So, quick change of camera angles because I'm a ridiculously long human. So, like I said, what we want to do, guys, your hands are going to be about an arm's distance away, so obviously if you get yourself an arm's distance wherever your knee is, that's roughly where you want to try and get your elbow. Depending on how tight or mobile you are, you might need to change that just a little bit, so just play around with it. But all I'm going to do, like I was saying, is I'm going to get my knee as close as I can to the wall relatively comfortably. I'm going to get my toes up quite high on the wall. I'm going to try and get my elbow to roughly where my knee was. And like we were talking about, I'm trying to create as much tension as I can with my hands. So I'm pulling my my elbow towards me, and then I'm pushing into that first knuckle. So I'm going to get super tight, create that tension, push into that first knuckle, push myself towards the wall. I'm going to hold it for about 10 seconds. If you feel like you can hold that position quite comfortably and quite tightly, then all I want you to do is push yourself forward so your shoulder is stacked over your elbow, and I'm going to try and stay nice and tight in that position. And you should be able to hold it quite comfortably for a little while, and then when you're ready, just step your feet down. It is quite a hard drill to figure out where you need to be, but it's an amazing drill in terms of creating awareness of creating pressure, where I'm pushing through that forearm, pushing into that first knuckle, and obviously need to keep everything super tight with my midline and keep my legs engaged as well. Try it out. If you can't figure it out, keep playing around with it. You don't necessarily have to be able to do this to be able to do a forearm stand, but it will 100% help. Okay, so we're going to progress it trying to go up the wall, same as we would do for a handstand or anything like that. I would progress it using the wall as much as you need to first to start with, and just get used to that position there where you're not necessarily going to fall on your face or anything like that, and obviously make sure you've got that stability and you've got that strength there. So what I'm going to do is get my elbow, again, roughly about an arm's distance away. So again, arm, wherever your knee is, that's roughly where you want to be sticking your elbow, roughly. If you're a bit tighter like me, then you might need to go a little further forward. And then all I'm going to do, create that tension. Key thing for the forearm stand, guys, don't let your shoulder blades sink down, because obviously that's going to be throwing everything off. And again, if I'm just trying to use my traps and just kind of my own body weight to stabilize me, it's going to be really hard. So I need to make sure I'm really pushing into that floor, trying to engage that chest. I'm always trying to, I don't want my elbows to move, but I'm always trying to squeeze my hands and my elbows towards each other and my fingers, my thumbs towards each other, so I can create that box of strength where I'm using my chest, my shoulders, triceps, everything to engage and keep me in that position, rather than, like I said, just kind of relying on joints being over joints. Yeah? So get into that position, create that box, push the floor away from you, and you can just slowly walk your feet up the wall. If you want to, you can just start playing around, see if you can hold that position. I personally like to look at the floor because, like I said, I'm a little bit tighter, but if you can, just bring one leg away till you find that balance point, and then when you're comfortable, just walk yourself nice and controlled back down the wall, and then relax there. Obviously the next one that we'll do, we'll see if we can bring that leg away, and again obviously work on that balance if we need to. Bring one leg away until it works to the counterbalance, and bring the other leg away, and then we can start bringing them towards each other. But relax there, try that a couple of times to make sure you're comfortable, and then we'll progress it slowly. Okay, so I'll try bringing my whole body off the wall if I can. Like I said, this is a bit of a hit and miss sometimes for me, so I'll give it my best shot. But again, key things, guys, is keeping everything super tight. If you feel yourself starting to sink down towards the floor, it's obviously going to be really hard and you're not exactly applying any pressure and you're not going to be controlling that movement as well as you should be. And obviously awareness in that midline. I need to keep that midline tight and not just let my back start to bend, because obviously if we're not using our shoulders and we haven't got that slight extra bit of range, our obviously forearms are going to be very static. In theory it should be stronger, but it's easier to try and cheat the movement, which then obviously just makes that back hyperextend or something like that. Okay, so as much as you can, try and stay super tight, same as ever, forearms go on the ground, push the floor away, create tension with the hands and squeeze them towards each other, walk yourself up the wall, and then just try and slowly control yourself away, get everything super tight, bring those legs together, and if you need to fall out with it, just fall out with it. Like we were saying in the fall away drills, just look where you're going to fall, just put that foot down, don't do anything crazy. Your head isn't very far away from the wall, so if you do need to, just put your forehead down and just slowly come out of it rather than to do anything crazy. Obviously, give it a go, guys. It does take a little bit of effort and a little bit of control. The first drill that we went over, although it's a bit of a warm-up drill, it's an amazing drill for creating scapular strength and obviously midline awareness. And if you can push yourself over your shoulders, it's going to really help with you with that forearm stand. Give it a bash, see how you get on, and then we'll start playing around with some of the strength stuff, which is coming your way very soon. Let's go! I keep tapping my foot, the thing I keep telling you guys off for.
I literally about to say the same thing. You keep telling me you have to do that.
It's hard! Try it, do something, be fit.